So this week in the Escape Key project, it's D for desk bracket, and I was looking for like a shelf or a desk bracket, something ornate. I love these ones with wooden shelves on top. And it was originally going to be a desk bracket, but my desk has got angled legs, so I can't use that. I used Shaper 3D to design it, and I made something quite simple. What's clever about Shaper 3D is it does snap to grids. I'm sure all of them do, these design programs, but it was very useful to be able to snap to grids. And of course, I had to extend it because I was doubling back the letters, not D. There are some faults with Shaper 3D. I know that regular subscribers will recognise the fact that I'm not a massive fan. It's got some quirks to it. For example, to raise things up, very, very simple. To copy, also quite simple. So I've got the right height. I've got 3 millimeters. To copy, I have to press copy and then drag across. And then if I don't uncopy, if I take off the button, it carries on making the same shape again, which could be useful, but in fact ends up being incredibly frustrating. So I'm doing this on purpose to demonstrate. Nevertheless, I had to make 2 of these, so I made one, raised it, flipped it around so that you could read not D either way, so you could read it from the left hand side or the right hand side. And I'm just showing you here in Shaper 3D the manipulation that you can have, so you can manipulate it quite well. I'm getting to grips with the controls now, and the best part of that I found about it is that it's very good at really refined designing, the sort of thing that you can't do in Tinkercad. For example, filleting and chamfering. So I can actually cut away a section or I can curve a section depending on whether I pull it backwards or forward. So I'm pushing it in to make it flat, and then I'm pulling back out to make it curved. And I actually did test this out, and I printed a version which was curved, but because this is so small, the curves just aren't showing. It'd be really good for some more careful product printing, but there wasn't any need for it here. It served no purpose because when it printed, it had no impact. Here's my first version. I printed it in yellow, so it's really easy to see, and I didn't like the massive gap between the O and the T, and the D, I think it needed to be a little thinner, and if that piece was broken it would still be a D, I'm hoping. And I also didn't like the thickness of the T, but you can see you can rotate it around and actually you can read it any way at all that you want to. So I printed a new version, or 2 new versions after the edits, and I cut out some black pieces using the laser cutter for the shelves. Here's me just sizing it up. I could have printed these with 3D, but it would have taken a long time. It took just over a minute to cut that. And for those who are keen to find out how much this is costing, the 2 bracket pieces were 18p to print. It took about 30 minutes. 30 minutes to print and 18p. So not much at all. The wood is black MDF. It's also 3mm to tie in with the size. Went out to the garage and found some old pallet wood that I tidied up and varnished. I'm just making a very small shelf for this. This is just a little quick varnish treatment to bring out the grain and the soaring parts it would seem. And then this is the next day. It's all varnished, it's all glued in place, and I'm really pleased with how it's come out. I've got a post-it note just to show you that you can see the letters. It's actually darker on the screen than it is in real life. You can see the letters, but you have to be looking for them. So it's quite subtle. Subtle enough for someone to be able to glimpse it once they've looked at it more carefully, I would say. And I decided, because I was pleased with it, that I'd put it up in situ. So this is in my office, and I've popped a little houseplant there. And oh, interesting, there's a letter there. And it's sitting pretty. It's quite subtle. But I like that level of subtle. There are arrows in the corner to point that way, but I'm really pleased with how this bracket came out. It's not only improved my design skills in using Shaper 3D, but also has helped me problem solve and combine both the laser cutting and the 3D printing. Let me know what you would do and change in this design and how I could improve it. I'm always welcome for more ideas, and follow along for the Escape Key project.